back here on Past Speaks. I came across a video I wanted to look at because of the title. It caught my attention. It says Hakeem Olajuwon blocking, swatting, stopping Tim Duncan. It comes from a channel called MDB Ball. And I just wanted to show this because of all the talk about NIKOLA JOKIC and why NIKOLA JOKIC is overrated. He's never had to play against players the caliber of a Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Rick Smits, Alonzo Mourning, those caliber players. And all those players pretty much, even players like Charles Barkley, all those players played around the same time, and were playing against each other on a night in, night out basis. And NIKOLA JOKIC has never seen players like that before in his entire NBA career, especially on a night in, night out basis. I say the only person that really gives NIKOLA JOKIC problems and that can is Anthony Davis. And we rarely see him play because of the injuries and stuff. But Anthony Davis is a great player in his own right. And I think he could be a great player in any era with the way he plays. But there's nobody that challenges NIKOLA JOKIC defensively. He has nobody plays the traditional post-up game anymore, and teams don't even encourage playing the post-up game anymore and giving it to their big man on the block and letting them try at a high percentage shot with the skill that they have. NIKOLA JOKIC has never played any big man with the skill of a Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, those type of players. And he definitely hasn't played against somebody defensively like a Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace. He hasn't seen anything like that. So I think it's crazy when people think that NIKOLA JOKIC is some GOAT or is like the best, one of the top 5. Like I heard Stephen A say in a previous video I did that he was a top 5 big man ever, or there's an argument that he's a top 5 big man ever. Hell no. He's definitely not top 5, and he's definitely not the best big man ever. And he's a good player, but again, like I said in previous videos, in this era, yes, he's a great player. But in previous eras where they were playing real basketball, because this is NBA basketball now, it's not real basketball. If this were real basketball, NIKOLA JOKIC would not have these numbers that he has. He wouldn't be as dominant as he's been, I guess. And he wouldn't have 3 MVPs and people making a strong argument and him being considering him for his 4th MVP. No way. He wouldn't even really have 1 MVP, to keep it real, man. He'd be Arvydas Sabonis, Vlade Divac, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and that's just the truth. And those are good players in their own right. So that's not a knock. What I'm saying is he wouldn't be dominated and be considered like one of the greatest big men of all time. He would be a good player, maybe an all-star caliber player, but that's as far as it goes. So that's why I wanted to check this video out, because I skimmed through it to see what it was about, but it's pretty much just highlights of Hakeem Olajuwon defensively, how good he was. And I definitely want to see that because my biggest knock on Joker is defensively. He doesn't have to play defense. Nobody ever challenges him when he's on defense. Nobody ever goes at him. Like I said, he doesn't have to guard traditional big men. So he really doesn't know how to play post defense. Nobody does, really. That's why he gets off like he does and why Anthony Davis is so great in the post. Because players these days, the big men these days, they don't even know how to play post defense. And they shoot too many threes, like Brook Lopez last night for the Bucks. Half of his shot attempts were 3-pointers. Like, why are you not on the block taking advantage of your size and skill there, man? So, yeah, man, I just want to check this video out to show people, the type of players that if NIKOLA JOKIC played in their time, and even if they played in this time, he would not be doing the shit that he's doing and definitely wouldn't be considered one of the greats, man. Let's go.
Duncan is back, played by Olajuwon. Here's Duncan.
That shit out of here, boy. And yeah, that was a foul, but the intensity and them actually playing to stop somebody is the point. Get that out of there. That's one-on-one post defense. And Tim Duncan is a great player in his own right. Get that shit out of here. Great help defense. You got people waiting to play help defense because that's how defense is supposed to be played in real basketball. How they used to play in the NBA. Look at that. Yep. Fuck out of here, boy. Good D. They called a foul, but watch this defense, man. Marcella Harrington. Slide his feet. Bring him to the help. Help is already there early, not late. Good D. I mean, they called a foul, but that's real defense. Aggressive defense is going to happen. They're going to call a foul. Good block. Man, NIKOLA JOKIC ain't never seen a player defensively like Hakeem Olajuwon. And even offensively, if you know Hakeem Olajuwon or ever seen him play, best center ever in my opinion, man. Can score in the post and great defensively. Two-time NBA champion. Great post scorer. Probably the best post scorer. Better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in my opinion. More skilled than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And a great defensive player, man.
Duncan sets the screen. It goes to Porter. They get it into Tim. Tim tries to win the game. Blocked. Blocked by Olajuwon. And with 1.3 to go, and Rudy wants more than 1.3, the Rockets have the ball. Hakeem Olajuwon leaving David Robinson. He came over and he blocked Duncan's shot. Why Olajuwon is not playing Tim because he's better off the ball defense.
Oh yeah, help D. Come on now. And that's how you play defense against a great player like Tim Duncan. Look at NIKOLA JOKIC ain't never seen no D like this, man. Fuck out of here, man. Then he's never had to guard a player like Tim Duncan or Hakeem Olajuwon. He doesn't have to guard, period. Get that shit out of here.
So it goes back to what you were talking about. Just relaxing. Oh, yeah. Sweet move by Tim.
Give me that. Just grab this shit out there, boy. And that was in his latter years when he was at the end of his career with the Raptors. And they still had a good team, though. No, sir.
This is a great shot.
Great help defense, man. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. These niggas having to guard David Robinson and still giving great help defense on a player like Tim Duncan. Need that. Last touch by the Spurs. People open that time when Peterson took that shot. It's one-on-one right here. 5.5 to play in the third quarter. One-on-one defense. Block. Fuck out of here. Yeah, man. That's the end of that, man.
Hey, so if you're diabetic, I don't know if you...
So that's the end of that video. And like I said, man, I just wanted to play that video to show people, man, why NIKOLA JOKIC is overrated and has never seen any players like back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. And that was the perfect example, Hakeem Olajuwon. Like I said, one of the best centers ever, in my opinion, the best center ever. Most skilled offensively and really one of the best defensively. Hakeem Olajuwon, for his career, was 21.1 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. And on top of that, two-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, and led the league in block shots 3 times in 1989-90, 1990-91, and 92-93. And shit, he led the league in blocks those years, but he still was always up there in blocks at more than 2 a game. Yeah, at more than 2 a game for most of his career. He averaged 3 blocks a game for his career, bro. And let's see, 3.1 blocks a game and 1.7 steals a game, man. Along with 2.5 assists for his career, man. And let me see. Defensive Player of the Year 2 years in a row, 92-93 and 93-94, man. Nikola Jokic cannot fuck with Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon is 10 times better than Nikola Jokic. And like I said, there were other players that played in that era, like other centers, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. Of course, you got Hakeem Olajuwon. Then you got you got Alonzo Mourning and Dikembe Mutombo. And then you got the power forwards like Rasheed Wallace, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. Those are the young players. Charles Barkley. Like, come on, man. Nikola Jokic has never had to do the stuff that Hakeem Olajuwon has done in his career against the caliber players that he played against. Nikola Jokic doesn't play against anybody. Nobody challenges him on D. He's never had to guard a player like Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Hakeem Olajuwon. He's never had to guard a player like that. And he doesn't have to guard, period, in today's NBA. He doesn't do shit on defense, and he doesn't have to. And nobody's going to take advantage of him on defense or exploit him on defense. And then offensively, he's never had a player guard him like Hakeem Olajuwon, Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace, Alonzo Mourning, David Robinson. He never had players like that guarding him. So please, get the fuck out of here with Nikola Jokic, man. So I'm just so glad I came across a video like this to show people why Nikola Jokic is overrated and why he would just be an average player in yesteryear's basketball when they played real basketball and had great players at his position playing on a nightly basis. And one of those, and the perfect example is Hakeem Olajuwon, and one of the best centers ever, and in my opinion, the best center ever, man. Yes, better than Kareem and better than Will Chamberlain and way better than Shaquille O'Neal. And yeah, Shaq played at the same time as Shaquille O'Neal, won a championship over Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I mean? And Patrick Ewing. Come on, man. Two great centers, man. Nikola Jokic has never seen anything like that and never will, man. Hakeem Olajuwon the best, man. That's all I got.